So the girl is out in the street selling drugs and wants to be a rapper. Like, think about the whole. She wants to be a rapper. She's selling drugs
She out there
to
selling
pay
this
for
power.
her mother's surgery.
She out here selling this power.
When you like write, if say you wrote this all down, it's pretty stupid. They actually executed it pretty well. Jamie Foxx is an ex-Ranger who they experimented on trying to make a universal soldier. And because they experimented on him, when he nutted in his wife, he created a superhuman baby.
Yes.
A superhuman baby. So his wife was like giving birth like this. Nah! And then
It looked like aliens.
And then the superhuman baby girl comes out and she can heal people. Sorry, guys. Spoiler. Man, guys, I mean, while we shooting this, I know this is going to come out later in the week, but we just got some bad news came in the line. Chadwick Boseman, one of those people where, we reviewed movies with Chadwick Boseman in it. And an amazing talent. Didn't even know he had a family and a wife, but it seems like he's passed away from a battle with colon cancer. And
diagnosed in 2016.
So
filmed the movies while having surgery and chemotherapy.
Wow. Oh man. But yeah, we're just gonna try to keep this going for you guys. But today we are here for a movie review. But let's kick it off. I'm no Justin, no Peace.
And I'm Lou Rivers.
And we are the Loose Cannons Podcast because we sit down and we fire off our opinion on today's pop culture.
What else?
Politics.
What else?
Movies and TV and how they all intersect. And oh baby, today is our movie review and TV review. Because we're reviewing the Netflix original Power Project.
Project Power.
Project Power. Project is.
Yo, you don't want to give Netflix.
I wrote it down wrong.
Huh?
Project Power and HBO original, or is it an HBO Max?
HBO Max original. It's still gonna be HBO original.
Yeah, Lovecraft Country.
We doing them in the same episode? I mean, don't bother me. No.
Yeah, I think we should do it in the same episode.
Okay, so we're gonna do Project Power and then first 2 episodes of Lovecraft Country.
That's right.
Okay.
All right, so when I was watching Limitless, Project Power.
I can't with you.
What? Ooh, Freudian slip. Freudian slip. Oopsie.
It definitely did feel like it. It definitely did.
Come on, dog. Come on. They packaged Limitless just like, okay. First thoughts.
All right, yo. So first thing is, all these movies being directed by 2 directors. You think we could do that?
I would love to do that. Who was the 2? Let's see. What's this?
Henry Joost and Ariel Schulman.
Interesting.
Okay, Ariel Schulman did. Oh, I guess they work together a lot. So
okay.
They're known for directing Catfish, the movie, Paranormal Activity 3 and 4.
It's Catfish the movie. That's Neve's brother then.
Yeah, I guess.
No way. Neve's brother did this? Let me see. I gotta see these pictures. Hold on, guys.
Yeah, his brother's Neve. Yeah, that's him. Okay.
What? He went from Catfish to this?
Yep. Okay. And they did Nerve. I didn't see Nerve. Did you see Nerve?
No, I didn't see Nerve. They did Nerve together?
Oh, actually, I did see Nerve. That was with Emma Roberts and Dave Franco. When, there was like the social media movie.
Yeah.
Where you had to keep on upping the stakes. And like people would challenge you online. I think it was like Machine Gun Kelly's first movie.
Was it all right?
Yeah, it was actually pretty good. I liked it. Okay.
Ariel Schulman. Okay. Wow.
Right? Okay.
Catfish was in 2010 to this. 10 years later, he's doing a movie with Jamie Foxx and Joseph Gordon-Levitt. That ain't bad. That is not bad at all.
Right?
That is not bad at all. All right, so what's your first thoughts?
Okay, I did think Limitless. I did. Yeah, I did. Newcomer Dominique Fishback.
Okay.
I wanted to say Fishburne so damn bad,
I
right?
know.
All right, Dominique Fishback.
She should change her name.
She's really honestly, she's really good.
She was good in this. Very
She was
good.
way better than I thought. Filmed in New Orleans.
Mm-hmm.
All right, for y'all out there, New
Yep.
Orleans.
Yep.
Okay.
New Orleans.
Movies based on there's this new drug give you superpowers.
Yep.
You don't know what your superpower
But
is.
you don't
though.
know.
Right. So you got to take it.
It can go wrong.
But obviously it's unstable.
Yep.
Basically, the premise is Jamie Foxx is this guy looking for his daughter because he's one of the first guys taking it. Yep. But his daughter started showing natural symptoms. Mm-hmm. So they start deriving a stable component out of, I guess, her blood or something like that. So they snatch her up and basically he's looking for her. And I mean, I like the idea. I mean, obviously, you know that I'm looking at these budgets and I'm starting to think that what Netflix is doing is sending these money out to different companies trying to get them started.
Yeah.
So you can see that they're on track to build up. So I like this idea.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's not as polished as a blockbuster would be.
No, of course not.
That's the only thing. So, but I mean, honestly, I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It was a little fun movie. I'm glad I have Netflix to watch it and I don't have to pay anything extra for it.
Yeah, you feel different if this was a popcorn $50 date movie.
Right. So because this is hey, you got Netflix already, it's included. I'm gonna be like, yo, this is gonna be the best Friday night in a while.
Yeah.
So, the entertainment value, like you already know, I like Jamie Foxx as an actor. I'm waiting for this Mike Tyson movie to come out.
I'm excited for that.
You know, I am a big fan of Joseph Gordon-Levitt and what he brings. It was different. I mean, as far as concepts, some of the filming, I really did enjoy the fight scene in the basement or wherever. Just the difference of perspective, like not quite all hand-to-hand combat. You're kind of inside the bubble at the same time, witnessing what's happening outside.
I hated that.
What?
Hated it.
What?
It was different. I'll give you that. It was different.
What?
But I hated it.
What?
Yeah, I say hold it tight. Just give us a nice wide and do the real action. That's like always going to get me.
I enjoyed the fact that it was different because the first thing I thought was, they ain't got enough money for a choreographer.
I think that's what it was. It was like, okay, so we're going to cut. Jamie, I need you to yell and go, ah! And then we're going to cut. Jordan, you go, ah! And then cut.
Let me explain to you why I liked it so much. Right?
Okay.
I liked it because I was thinking, oh, that's something that we could do if we ever have to do.
This is definitely something we can do.
Like, we don't need no choreographer or nothing. I was like, this is good right here.
It's like, okay, so we film it inside so they don't understand why they can't see it. So they really don't see much of it. And then it just hides it all.
It's busy over here. What's going on? You know?
That's right.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
There was still some budget for that CGI. See, some of it got too, like, it's still fun. And that's the thing about this movie. It's still fun.
Right.
Don't get me wrong. But it could have been more. It had the groundings to be a little something more. They kind of just went the full fireball Machine Gun Kelly just like turning into a whole fireball.
All right. So this is the whole thing. What I'm starting to think is, they really, like, as much as we think they got budgets for stuff like this, I don't think they really got budgets for this. Like, if you think about like a real fight scene, like, all right,
it could
think about
fight
scenes that need the CGI.
Yep.
You need it pre-planned perfectly.
Yeah.
There's only a handful of guys who could probably really orchestrate that.
That's true.
So then I just be thinking,
and they're working on John Wick 3 and 4, so they got the second, they got the next crew.
Right. Yep. And they like, yeah. So it's like you get a contractor and the guy goes, I could do it for you, but it's going to be $1,000, but it's not going to be exactly what it is, but it's going to be close enough. That's what
you get some old guy coming with a cigar. Now come at me. Now come at me. Now come on at me. It's like, man.
It's like the Dolomite version. Yeah, it was definitely.
Like, why are you falling out? That couldn't have hurt that bad. It could not have hurt that bad. But you know what? They camouflaged it well because there was a lot of things going on, and man, was there a lot of colors in this movie. Yeah. And normally I enjoy a lot of colors. I was kind of inundated. I felt like I'm not surprised it's the people who did Nerve, and I'm not surprised that they're newer filmmakers because this was the movie that they were like, yo, we're going to give them everything we got.
Right.
We're going to do everything in this. Mm-hmm. Does the story work? Kind of.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Like thinking about sci-fi, like action movies now. Yeah, I mean,
kind of.
It kind of reminded me, like this story's like Looper. You seen Looper?
Yeah.
Like, and I like the premise of Looper and everything, but you could always find like some hole in the plot, and you're just like, okay,
yeah,
you know, I see it. That's exactly how I took it, you know.
But a wet jacket killed Machine Gun Kelly.
Yeah, basically.
Like a wet jacket. He had a sawed-off shotgun. None of that worked. He had a wet jacket, and that killed Machine Gun Kelly.
Yeah, you know how it is.
A shower.
His weakness was water. He was fire, so his weakness was water.
Yo,
you get it? You know, he was going to drown in a puddle like Unbreakable Man.
Okay,
you know?
But there was some things that were just a little. Okay, when Joseph Gordon-Levitt was like, "Give me your cell phone," and he ran after the vehicle and just attached the phone, like nobody was looking back, like nobody was looking in any of the mirrors to see him.
I didn't say it was perfect. Because honestly, when I watched that, I was just like, man, that's some bullshit, but I was just like,
give me your SkyTel pager.
Right.
Like, come on. Like, that was a little.
Like when he came in, he didn't even get wet and you in the towel. I was just out. But I mean, I don't know, man. I love Joseph Gordon-Levitt though. You know, he gave it 85%.
They did as best as they could in their performances.
The actors did the best.
They did the best. It just wasn't that much to it. Like, the movie just wasn't that much, but it wasn't supposed to be that much. This is supposed to be a movie that's just, you sit down, there's fire, there's gunshots, there's a little bit of story. There was supposed to be some sadness. That they fell short with the whole, like, you know, fatherless figure. Like, that was a little. Well, she didn't fall like for him like that. It just happened.
I think that's why Netflix needs to build up their studios. And if they can go to Disney route. Yeah. Start acquiring these studios that are doing what they're doing, you know? And the whole thing is that then you got your own CGI department. You got your own. All right, now whatever studios is working for you and doing this, all right, we have the resources you need.
Yep.
Right, we got this, you know? And I mean, maybe they are doing this stuff and their people just ain't there yet, you know? Yep. But if they don't do it quick, you know, Amazon snatching them up. Amazon snatching those jokers up.
So the girl is out in the street selling drugs and wants to be a rapper. Like, think about the whole. She wants to be a rapper. She's selling drugs.
She out there selling this power.
Her mother's surgery.
She out here selling this power.
When you like write, say you wrote this all down, it's pretty stupid. They actually executed it pretty well. Jamie Foxx is an ex-Ranger who they experimented on trying to make a universal soldier. And because they experimented on him, when he nutted in his wife, he created a superhuman baby.
Yes.
a superhuman baby. So his wife was like giving birth like this. Nah! And then
it looked like aliens.
And then the superhuman baby girl comes out and she can heal people. Sorry, guys. Spoiler.
And then it's just like the producer, all the Netflix execs were like, hey, tell us more. Tell us.
Ooh.
Look,
Okay.
they were just like, hurry up, because we got cuties in the other room. We got to go do cuties in the other room.
It's a wet jacket? What kind of jacket? Oh, an army green? Oh, we love it. Yes.
Yeah, basically. What else? Okay.
Oh, we're going to get that Spanish guy. What's his name? Because he's always in something.
Which one?
The guy who played the bad guy. The bad guy who was selling the drugs at the beginning.
Oh man, I can't. He was what's his name in 300? People don't realize that's probably the role I remember him most.
His name is Rodrigo Santoro.
Yes.
Yes, he was in 333. Ben-Hur. He stays in something.
Yeah, he does.
He's that guy. He is that guy. Oh, okay. This was my problem too. Why they do my boy Courtney B. Vance like that?
He was too busy filming Lovecraft Country.
I'm in and out, but just show up. Set it up to be. I knew he was obviously in on it.
Right.
Set it up to be a significant part, but nothing ever gets fleshed out. Nothing. He never pops back up. I'm going to have to take this up with the chief.
So I think that this is when having a good director, and not taking anything away from these dudes, but this is when you go, okay, we casted this guy for this role. Let's insert him later on in the script because we got him here now, you know? And you working with the writers to fill in something else where he shows up at the ship or something,
something.
I don't know. Let's leave it alone.
But the thing is, I did enjoy watching it.
Yes, it was action packed,
ridiculous and all. Yeah. I enjoy watching it.
Yeah.
I don't know why I enjoy watching it. Because it on the surface it doesn't work, and potentially with other people it may be worse. I think it could be. This could really be a bad movie, and it didn't turn out to be a bad movie.
No, I after watching a bunch of Netflix movies, this is the better of the bad ones. This is somewhere in the middle.
Yeah,
and because of the cast and because of the graphics, the budget basically, it's pushed it up a little bit. To make it a middle of the pack movie, Yeah. What you gave it? What'd you really give it?
Dog, I mean,
it's a you looking like we on American Idol. That's a no for me, dog.
It's a 2.5, dog.
Okay, all right. Okay.
It's like it's doable. It's like, when you hungry and there's nothing else to eat, but this, whatever this is, and it's like, all right, I'll eat this, and it did what food is supposed to do, it did what it
was
do.
Hungry.
I'm
not hungry anymore.
That's it. I wanted to watch something. I don't need to watch anything anymore. It's like, it filled me up. I can't say that I'm I'm suggesting people to this restaurant,
Right.
What I'm saying is the bathroom was dirty. The bathroom was dirty. But the waitress was nice, this was it.
There was some pros and some cons.
There was some pros and some cons.
Okay. I was going between a 2 and a 2.25 and a 2.5. I'm gonna settle on 2.25. As we continue speaking, I was going 2.25, maybe 2. So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna give it the benefit of the doubt because it's Corona and it's 2020. So I'm gonna go 2.25.
2.25.
2.25.
That sounds good. I mean, Jamie Foxx can't really ask much of us. We're going to support you, Jamie. We're going to be out there, that Mike Tyson movie, but this wasn't it. Jamie got the bag on this. He got a little change. I'm pretty sure.
I know he did.
There's probably a deal coming with it with Netflix. They like, listen, you and Gordon do this, and then, we got you. Whatever you want to do, plus we'll buy the Jamie Foxx show. You get some residuals from that. We're going to air that in September or whatever. You know what I mean? We'll put you on. We get a little more coin. You know what I mean?
I think the smart thing for them, like for me, the movie may have been better with less CGI.
Yes, it would have been better with less CGI.
All right.
No flame on.
No.
That big blob thing that ended up happening, all of that was like unnecessary.
I was gonna say that first scene was like a third of the budget right there.
Cut it out. Get more guns.
Right. I don't know.
Well, listen. But then again, it's like, was the old guard's budget that much bigger? Did Charlize bring that much more money?
No, and that's the whole thing. It was probably the same budget just based on the fact that it wasn't as much CGI.
Yeah.
And they probably were traveling. That's probably the only thing that was like the bump in the budget right there.
Should have cut all that fire shit out.
Yep. Shit, Jamie should have jumped on the old guard.
Jamie should have jumped on the old guard.
They should do the sequel. Watch it.
Well, it was a 2.5, guys. Listen, it's still worth a watch. It's on Netflix.
If you got Netflix, watch it.
If you got Netflix, watch. If
you don't got Netflix, don't get Netflix to watch it.
Nah, listen, I'm gonna tell you right now, just use somebody else's joint. Because this is not something that you like, I gotta see this. This is like, oh, did you see it? Cool. Right. Let's laugh about it later. This is one of those movies that Jamie's gonna like, and after doing the Mike Tyson and getting an award for it, he was like, I did Mike Tyson after doing a bad movie.
Yeah, let me help people out. This was way better than Stealth.
Oh,
way
for
better
sure.
than Stealth.
For sure.
If anybody's worried, this is way better than Stealth.
For sure. All right, yo.
Where we at?
LoveCraft
New
Country.
Show.
New show.
HBO
Max. If you have HBO, you get access to HBO Max.
Yes.
There's a lot of stuff on HBO Max, dog.
Yeah.
So I found Criterion Channel movies. I don't know if you're familiar with the Criterion movies.
Yeah, you obviously you've been telling me.
So if you go into the HBO Max and then you look through, they have Turner Classic Movies. Uh-huh. In that Turner Classic Movie section, there's a bunch of Criterion movies, including some Akira Kurosawa. So we might be talking about some Akira Kurosawa on this channel, guys, because we got that Criterion access.
All right.
There was a movie that I watched already, and it was very good. I suggest you go watch it. I think you should watch it. It's a French film. It's called Les Samouraïs.
Okay, I'm gonna watch it.
Good. It's not a samurai film. It's supposed to deal with the samurai lore, and it's kind of the way they film it. You get this kind of feeling when they shoot it like Western or samurai film. But it's about an assassin. I really enjoyed it. It's a French film.
Watch it tonight.
Watch it. But
LoveCraft Country.
LoveCraft Country, right? So we're 2 episodes in, guys, and I know by the time this comes out, we're going. Episode 3 is going to be already out, but this is our recap. So episode 1. Going into this, I actually was hearing stuff about it. What made me interested was Van Lathan had talked about Journey Smollett, and he said that she's killing the game. And so I'm like, listen, I want to see what she's doing over this.
I don't want to cut you off.
Yeah,
but I wanted to a quick plug. One of my first days ever acting on set.
Yeah,
I was with Journey.
Get out of here.
Yeah, yo.
What?
Yeah, I think we was in part of the same agency or something, and got the same gig, and it was the beginning. I was, I don't know, 6, maybe 7.
That's crazy.
Yeah, man, crazy. Small world, dog.
I know.
I'm trying to get all these old pictures from me on like sets and stuff like that.
That'd be dope.
Mad crazy.
That's
but anyways,
crazy.
go on. I'm sorry. So sorry.
Yeah, so he was talking about her performance, and I said, well, let me see what's going on, because I know her from Eve Bayou, and obviously other things subsequent after that. I didn't get a chance to see Underground. Now, we must say that this young lady who wrote this show, LoveCraft Country,
Misha Green,
She also wrote Underground.
Okay.
This show is produced by J.J. Abrams and Jordan Peele. I don't know whose hands it got into first, how it originally got there.
Hopefully Jordan Peele, because J.J. Abrams stuff is a little for me.
Yeah. So it's based on a book called Lovecraft Country, written by Matt Ruffin.
Matt Ruff.
Matt Ruff. Okay. Never heard the book, but it's all over Barnes and Nobles now. Interesting premise. Dude comes home from what war is he coming home from?
I want to
say
Vietnam.
He's a Vietnam vet coming home to Chicago because he gets a letter while he's there from his father saying that he needs his help and that he needs him to come get him. And he kind of gives him a location of where he is and connecting it to his mother's people.
Right.
And he gives him the location of where he is. So he comes back to get himself together in Chicago and then go to search out for his father. And on that journey, his uncle goes with him and a childhood friend paid by Journey Smollett. And this whole thing unravels into this interesting world because we are in the Jim Crow South, heavy segregation. And we're not only met with heavy segregation and that evil, but we're met with the evil of monsters and ghouls and wizards and what do you call it? Secret societies.
Yes.
Which all sounds interesting. That's just a lot to go on. So it's just like it's so much. I have to check it out. What did you think about the first episode?
First episode, I loved. I had to watch it twice. Because you know me, I'm big on character building, so I got to see how they're developing the characters.
Yeah.
And it's really good to see how they have Jonathan Majors, who plays Tick, and giving the perspective of the other characters in the story and how they now see Tick now that he's returned, compared to who he was when he left.
Yeah.
Right. So you have this basic premise of past and present and who he is now.
Yeah.
And you can tell that he's got this love for the stories that his mother or his father have told to him over time.
Yep.
And it shows from the beginning because he's waking up from this dream he has from different characters that he's had throughout his life.
Yep.
So definitely loved the character development of obviously Tick, Jonathan Majors, and Letty's coming home. It's like a whole big thing about everyone's going somewhere.
Yes.
And now they have this journey together because it just benefits them all to go together.
Yes.
So, and that's pretty much where it leads us down this road where it's like, oh, we're in Jim Crow America. And it's like all these things are happening at one point, and then throws you into the fire of fantasy and ghouls and whatever, and you're just like, what in the
what is going on?
Right.
I kind of like those worlds. I like them a little more when they're grounded in reality.
Yes.
One of the shows that it kind of harpens back to is it makes me think about Lost. Obviously, that's connected with J.J. Abrams, and it makes me think about there was a show on HBO. I forgot The Leftovers.
Yeah.
Written by David Lindelof, and that had a pattern of it always kept you like, what is going to happen? What is happening? What world are we in? But it didn't have, the magic and mystique. It was more spiritual and cerebral. But when you bring the magic and mystique in, it can go awry, But the first episode grabbed me in. I was excited to see the second one, especially the finale. The last 15 minutes of, everything culminating and them trying to survive this night. Where they got all those flares, I don't know, but it doesn't matter. They're trying to survive this night, and they're, meeting with the police officers and what that all turns to, and these magical beasts that eating them all. Which I'm not sure the beasts were going to eat them. Now that we've seen the second episode, that the beasts are somewhat under control of the individuals, so they probably weren't going to eat them. But I digress. But it pulled me in. It definitely pulled me in because I was like, I want to see. I'm glad to see something different. Let's see something, outrageous, over the top, something totally different. I did enjoy the use of music. I understood that, it made sense because in Underground they use contemporary music, which I didn't really watch Underground. I only seen some of it, but they use contemporary music in Underground, even though it was, during slavery. In this, they were trying to use contemporary music, but then it started to change. Some of the pieces, it was kind of a weird mixture, but there were parts that were really enjoyable. Love Courtney B. Vance.
Yes.
Love him. Jonathan Majors, very good. Journey.
I love his movies are pretty good. Last Black Man in San Fran? No?
He's enjoyable. The movie's beautiful. I don't know what's happening. I just don't. The story just doesn't work for me. The movie is shot beautiful. It just doesn't work for me.
All right.
And his whole culmination at the end, it just doesn't work. But I digress. Episode 1, sincerely enjoyed. I was excited for episode 2.
Yes. Episode 2 was good.
Episode 2 was partly stupid. It was, but it was stupid enough for me to want to watch episode 3. And we're going to go through episode 2.
Yeah.
Episode 2 brought us into the world, right? It brought us deeper into this world.
Right.
Deep into this world of magic and now secret societies.
Right. Their problem is they have to do a good job of balancing this fantasy world with this racist world.
Very difficult.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I'm reading reviews of the book, and some of the people saying that the book fell short. Mm-hmm. They're like, we love the premise, but it falls short because maybe it's too many things. I think, listen, racism and secret societies is probably enough. Racism and magical beasts is probably enough. It's kind of hard to just bring them all together. Now, but
go ahead.
They sell me.
Uh-huh.
Like the president sold me. What's his name? Fitz sold me.
The dude from Scandal?
Yes. I'm like, okay. Fitz is selling me on this secret society stuff, and I'm liking the hints. I'm liking the interaction. I'm liking the misogyny. I'm like, yes, he's treating the daughter horrible. Like, this was the time. This makes sense. So, like, her motive and all of these things are coming together. Right. The motives of why the son is there. All of that came together. It made sense. But the magical stuff just kind of, like, the robes was a little too Harry Potter-ish looking. Like, it kind of brought me just a little bit out. It didn't do enough for me to just stay so emotionally invested. Right. It had great elements. Mm-hmm. Great elements. I'm interested in seeing more because the one thing it is able to do is get you to want to see what happens next. Okay. Very good at that.
Right. Leaving you cliffhangers good enough.
Am I happy with all of the execution? No. Okay. The creepy white guy who is the potential boyfriend of the girl who's just like, they will say you don't belong here, but you do.
Like, yo, man, relax. You're the help. Get out of here.
The convenience of Courtney B. Vance finding the book bylaws. Right. Like, did he find it? Did someone leave it there on purpose? Did the dude? Right. I think we're supposed to assume they left it there on purpose.
Someone's helping.
Right. Yes, because all the books are there. Who's leaving these cues? Now, because I'm probably going to get too far ahead. What do you think? What did you think?
I'm in the same boat where I feel like I can see the difficulty of balancing everything, but I would want to talk about this later, but successful or not, this is a necessary story because one thing that like I've always heard for like the last couple of years, especially with someone like Donald Glover coming up and speaking about that there's no place for the black nerd.
True. Yeah.
So this makes me think of like all the kids who, like you said, love Harry Potter.
Yeah.
There's nothing for the minority who likes Harry Potter. You
That's
know what I
true.
mean?
That's true. And it
So
probably
there's
fits their demo perfectly.
right, exactly. And I feel like HBO is taking a page out of Netflix book where it's just like this may not be good on some broadcast channel or something. They're not going to get enough watches, but something where
a cult following.
Exactly. This is something where people are going to, and if people don't know, one of the biggest platforms that HBO Max stood on was when they released the first 8 Harry Potters again on Time Warner. So it was just like, okay, it was like one of the first series, like, oh, you can watch all 8 at one time, and that's never been done.
There's 8?
Yeah.
I still haven't watched The Lord of the Rings, dog.
You haven't watched The Lord of the Rings?
I have them on DVD. I have them on Blu-ray.
You want me to tell you something crazy?
Go.
I didn't watch Lord of the Rings until the last one came out, and I went to the movie theater and watched all of them.
Oh, one really? Time.
Yeah. Someone got me to go, and I was like, I ain't never gonna watch that. And I was like, I'm gonna watch them all. I was like, all right.
I got them on Blu-ray because they were cheap, and I was like, I should watch this because people love this, and I want to see, what they love about it. I just haven't got around to it.
I hated the idea and the premise. Hated it. It was well done.
It was well done? Okay.
Yeah. Okay. It was the same with like Game of Thrones. I was just like, this ain't even my genre. I'm not going to watch this. And then 2 seasons later, and I just started watching the first season. I was like, oh, this is pretty
Execution is everything.
Yeah. So
The Walking Dead was like that. I didn't think I was going to be that interested in The Walking Dead until I heard about the dynamic between Rick and Shane and that whole thing that they were building. I was like, ooh. And then I just fell into it.
Because it makes it so that that's just part of the story. It's not like the whole zombie thing is not the story.
Yeah.
And that's what we usually get out of movies, where it's like whatever genre you're watching, that's what it is.
Yeah.
And now we want pieces in which it's acting, it's real life, it's regular life.
It's a psychological examination. It's doing the same thing Lord of the Flies was trying to do with the idea of, what would people do if, how do they rebuild a society and what does it look like in children, So
that's why I kind of like Lovecraft Country, where it's just like, I'm not into fantasy, I'm not into this. But knowing that this is like real life dynamics, like, okay, I can see being part of a heritage in which, you're a product of what has happened in the past. And without explaining what I'm talking about, but you understand.
Yeah.
But that whole thing where it's like, it's regular life. It's 2 people. There's nothing more common than you speaking to somebody.
Yeah.
So
it's not a bad show. It's a show that I would suggest that people actually go and check out because it's a real challenging thing to battle all these genres and merge them together.
Right.
And I think that they're doing an all right job. But I was going to buy the book and start reading it, but I don't want to know where the story goes because I want to follow this journey, even though it may be very different from the book or maybe not. Now, what was surprising was the ending of episode 2. Because episode 2 felt like it would have been something that happened at the end of the season.
Right.
So it really throws you off because it's like, so where is this story going?
And
this is just the setup? Like, this is like the League of Shadows? Like, this is just the setup.
And we haven't even mentioned that Michael L. Williams plays his father, and that was like the great reveal.
Reveal. And that's something people would have stretched out for. So for that to happen in episode 2, which I'm assuming this probably has at least 8 episodes. We got 6 episodes.
I think it's going to be 10.
10. Where is this story going to go? And I'm very excited to see where this story is going to take us because that's a big thing. And technically, like if I look at it, what would have traditionally been an ending is now a full 2 episode setup because we get more of the story and we know the origin, and they lead us to believe that there's more of these people out here. There's more chapters, and how is that all going to merge and coming together, and who survived?
I usually like to give a show 3 episodes before I try to make like a hard yes or a hard no. So I'm intrigued so far.
Yep.
We'll see on Sunday how this goes.
Intrigued is the right word. Intrigued is the right word.
For anybody who may go ahead and stumble upon it, please let us know what you think.
Word.
Please tell us that you like it or not.
Check it out. Listen, a lot of people at home, HBO Max, LoveCraft Country, you only got 2 episodes to start if you haven't started. If you guys are watching with us, listen, let us know what you think in the comments. Did you enjoy the show? Did you enjoy episode 1 and 2? What are you guys feeling about it? Where are you guys so far? I'm going to ride it out. Right now, I've seen enough to say, if we weren't reviewing this, I've seen enough to say, you know what? I want to know what happens next week. And I think that's probably triumphant for these producers and writers. Like, you know,
I'm invested.
Yes. And you know what? It because I think you know what it also feels like? It feels Twin Peak-ish. And you know, I was late to the original Twin Peaks. I haven't even seen all of the original Twin Peaks show. I watched it when it was recreated on Fox. So like knowing what that feeling was about, like, you know, being kind of lost in the world for a couple of episodes, lost in what's going on, and things could totally surprise you. I kind of like that roller coaster sometimes. So hopefully it doesn't disappoint any further.
No,
But,
I have faith. I got faith.
Let's go. I mean, Jonathan Majors, Jurnee Smollett, this is kind of a big deal, and Courtney B.
Vance and Michael L. Williams.
Michael L. Williams. So we're gonna be back on this next week, y'all.
Okay.
What movie we doing next week? What movie?
I was gonna say, by the time they hear this, we're gonna be back on this week.
You're right.
What do you feel like,
guys?
What's new?
The movie theaters are back open, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, Bill and Ted.
Bill and Ted is out next week.
It came out last week.
What?
It came out yesterday.
Damn.
Or the 28th for everyone.
So the 28th, and we got Tenet early on the 31st. Now that's not the initial launch date. It actually launches on like Thursday or something like that. Okay. That's the initial release date. So Bill and Ted and Tenet. Let us know what you guys want us to review next.
Sounds good.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it's going to be Tenet if we can only do one. Cutthroat City is out too.
Okay. All right.
That's that RZA movie.
Yeah. It look good, right?
It does look good.
Okay.
Got Wesley Snipes in it.
Okay, Wesley. Paying taxes. He can act.
You got to get that money. But until then, guys, I'm No Justin, No Peace.
And I'm Lou Rivers.
And we are the Loose Cannons Podcast, because we sit down and we fire off our opinions on today's pop culture.
What else?
Politics.
What else?
Movies and TV and how they all intersect. Oh, baby.
Oh, baby.
Did we have a good episode today for you guys?
Oh, yes, we did.
2 this week, guys. Monday and Wednesday. We had the social media review on Monday. And today, which is releasing on Wednesday, our movie review.
Okay.
But until then, guys, we out. Peace.